So one of the things that can make phrasal verbs so difficult in English is that so many of them sound really similar. And today we're going to talk about three that sound quite similar but have slightly different meanings. They are dry out, dry up, and dry off. Something to pay attention to is that in this case, with each of these phrasal verbs, it's a word plus a directional preposition. And each directional preposition gives a little bit of a hint as to what it means. Let's take a look at them now, starting with dry up. Dry up is used to talk about something that should have water or moisture in it, losing its moisture. Think about the process of evaporation. When heat evaporates water, it goes up into the sky and forms clouds, right? So it's drying up. A good example of this would be a lake. A lake might dry up when the weather is very hot. There should be water in it, but there isn't water anymore. Another good example would be a plant. Plants are supposed to have moisture inside of them, but in the heat they can dry up. Next, let's take a look at dry out. Dry out is a little bit different because it's usually talking about something that has water in it that isn't necessarily supposed to have water in it. Something that can have water but isn't supposed to. Think, for example, of like a shirt. Your shirt could get wet and there's water inside of it and it would need to dry out in order to become comfortable again. Sponges that you use in your kitchen can also have water in them, and they'll dry out. Finally, we have dry off. Now, dry off is for surfaces that can't actually absorb water. A good example of that would be something made out of plastic, like this phone, right? If there were water on top of this screen, it wouldn't go inside, it would just be on top of it. And you could dry it off, by wiping it with a cloth or something like that. So dry off is when you're taking water off of the surface of something that won't absorb it. For example, drying off your car after you wash it, or drying off the floor if you have hardwood floors or tiles after you mop. As a quick review, let's go over some example sentences. It was so hot this summer that the lake dried up. That's dry up. Should be moisture, but now it's gone. After I got caught in the rain, I had to wait for my clothes to dry out. So, get caught in the rain, there's water inside of the cloth, has to dry out. And finally, dry off. I spilled water on the floor, so I used a towel to dry it off. Again, it's on top of the surface, not going into the surface, and you can clean it up with something that's absorbent, something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and as always, good luck on your English learning journey.